How we teach balance. Balance is one of the most underrated aspects that go into training. If you explain to players whenever they're passing, dribbling, shooting, they're essentially standing on one leg, and you can always tell a good player within the first 10 seconds of watching them move and if they're able to maintain balance. Now, balance is the ability to not only remain upright, but that ability to do that whilst changing direction and speed. So we'll typically start off with players, the younger players especially, just working on single leg activities. They may start with the ball just moving backwards and forth like this, just on one foot. What will tend to happen with this exercise is players won't take their foot off the ball. It'll look like that, and that's pretty much useless. So what we'll stress here is try to take your foot off the ball as you pull back and push forward. Once they're comfortable with that, so we're using just the sole of the foot right now, this plant foot, which is key for balance, obviously because that's the standing leg, that's the rooted leg, we're going to hop with this. So it's back and forth, hops, again, just single leg using the sole of the foot. Can they do it with their eyes up? They will then switch feet, same thing, back and forth. Can they get their eyes up? Every now and again, taking their foot off the ball, just using the sole of the foot. And this plant foot is obviously key, moving forwards when you push it forwards, moving backwards when you push it backwards. So it's there. I'm always maintaining in an upright position. The next phase is to have players move the ball sideways, laterally, so we'll now go out. Again, look at this plant foot, hopping side to side. I'm trying to take my foot off the ball with each touch. You can maybe have a competition here where you say, 20 seconds, how many points can you get? 1, 2, 3. So they get a point with every pull back to their body. That would be 1 rep. Switch feet. The next stage is to combine forward and backwards with sideways. So you go forwards, backwards, sideways. So it's a push, pull, side to side, push, pull, side to side, push, pull, side to side. Again, that's one leg. You're primarily focused on the other leg for this balance, then you'll switch feet. If you want to work both sides, you just add a link at the top. So you'll go pull, side to side, push. At the top here, an easy roll to get to the other side, then you're switching feet. Oh, made a mistake, that's okay. So again, I'm just transferring the ball at the top to get it across to the other side. As the players feel more comfortable with this, instead of them having their body just fixed in one spot, yes, they're moving, hopping a little bit back and forth. Now we can work on them actually pulling the ball back and pushing forward and maintaining balance. So pull the ball back, step back. Once they get to one side, they're going to do the same thing but push it forward. Again, we're focused on this plant foot for balance. Likely errors here. The body moves quicker than the ball and it'll look like this. Ready? So they'll go and they'll miss the ball, they're falling off balance, they're leaning backwards. Or on the flip side, the ball will be too fast for their body. So they'll go like this and the ball will get stuck and they cannot get their foot up to pull it back without being unbalanced. Have them focus on the body and the ball moving at the same speed. They're putting this kicking foot down in order to regain balance with both feet, and the plant foot's just being that aid and support to the side just to maintain that balance. Another one of our favorites to work on with balance is the croetta. So this combines forward and backwards with sideways, but more range, meaning more space. So building on the activity that we've just done, players will now pull back, step back, and then go across to push forward. These are also called the U's. Pull back, step back, push across, and push forward. Now where the balance takes place here, you're trying to pull back and step back. If I pull back and step back, this allows my body to start going this way before I've hit the ball. If I don't, if I pull back, step back, and keep my body here, my range, sideways touch, is only based on how long my legs are. Because my body's still stuck here. If I can pull back and step down, That gives me that balancing leg for then me to step out with my body, and I can lean and work on a little bit more of a feint and more range. Now we've worked a lot on the ball coming backwards. As we've taken that touch across and pushed forwards, this is what players will struggle with, is reaching, trying to pull the ball back, and it'll get stuck under their feet. Believe it or not, this is actually working on shooting. So typically when players come to shoot, their plant foot, if they're used to doing this, by the time they get to the ball and they're reaching because their plant foot's too far back, they lack to have any power at all in their shot. So this is a good time to work on, in a small space, pull back step, push across. As I'm pulling back with my left foot, my right foot takes a big step in order to regain that balance. So just watch me do 4 here. Don't watch my kicking foot, watch my planting foot, and just see how it always tries to put my body in a balanced position. When it comes to shooting and balance, players go through their growth spurts at different times. So their legs get longer, their eyes get further away from their feet, which makes it a little bit more difficult to balance. They kind of have to recalibrate their body to the ball. So when they're younger and their legs are shorter, they can afford their plant foot to be by the side of the ball because their legs are shorter. When they get older and their legs get longer, this plant foot can afford to be out a little further wide, and that allows a straighter leg to swing through. I always tell players it's like swinging a baseball or a softball bat. We get home runs by hitting towards the top of the bat, not towards the handle. In order to do that, I've got to increase how much length in my leg is hitting the ball. And that is only possible by what this foot is doing. If it's too close and I hit with a straight leg, typically I'm going to wrap around the ball and it'll be off target. So again, a lot to unpack with balance. In my opinion, it's the most underrated aspect of technical development, and it's something that can be done at home, day in, day out.